Welcome to the first part of the 7th tutorial. Here, we will also be working on a dark and moody interior, this time a bathroom shot. Moody lighting and the steam coming from the bath will create a very relaxing atmosphere and stimulate viewers' feelings and emotions. Everyone will be dreaming to have a long and hot bath. Let's open scene number 7 and go inside. For this image, I've prepared some bathroom assets. Dimensiva has a very good collection. Merge the assets into your scene and start placing them. When you have the bath and toilet, we can set up a camera. It will be the central composition with the bath as a focal point. Here we cannot go too narrow, because I want to see the right-hand side where the basins will be. We'll adjust the target so the bath is more or less in 1/3 of the image. Then adjust the aspect ratio to see a little bit more of the ceiling and the floor. When you are happy with the camera, place remaining assets. I will also add some pendant lights over the bath. You can double-check your composition with the script to make sure everything is working. That's it. See you in the next video. Now it is time for lighting. Add a V-Ray sky map to the environment slot. We will have to create a glass material for the window so the light can come through it. Start interactive rendering. Go to the camera rollout and check auto exposure and auto white balance options. This will automatically adjust these settings for us. Stop the interactive rendering and click Transfer to Camera. Adjust the highlight burn option. Next, we will create long rectangle lights and place them on the edges of the ceiling. We can turn on environment light for now, so it's easier to adjust the LED lighting. Next, we will create disc lights and place them behind the mirrors. Adjust their value and color. This time, we'll use the light material for the pendant. Select the bulbs and apply the material. I'm using this method here because the spheres from the lamp are small and the detail won't be really visible from the distance. If you want to do this more detailed, you can do this the same way as the pendant lamps in the bedroom shot, tutorial 4. But there is no need to put too much effort here. Lastly, we will turn on bloom and glare effects to add photorealism. That's it. See you in the next video. In the third part, we will focus on materials. Let's start with the stone. Here is a texture I chose. I like a differentiation across the image. I will make it gray using a color correction map and add some glossy reflections. I will use the same texture for the reflection glossiness map just make it brighter. I will add this to the bump slot too. For the floor tiles, I will use stone textures from the CG source. We will create this material the same way we always do wooden floor materials. We just need to adjust the glossiness using a color correction map. Next, we'll create a ceramic material for bath, toilet, and basin. Use white color and add some reflections. For tap and accessories, we will create a silver metal material. Make the color black, change Fresnel IOR to 999, and control the color using the reflection color. We will use this material also for the pendant and mirror edges. Now we will create mirror material for the first time. It will be the same as metal, but with white color in reflections color. glossiness value 1 means that it's perfectly clean, but we will add the surface imperfection texture as we use very often to add some realism. Be careful not to make it too strong. It's super easy to overdo this. I forgot to add the stone material to some objects. Let's do it now. Now, we will create wood material for the panel on the wall. We will use the same method as for the floor panels. This time, we will also add some random gamma value. This will make some panels darker and some brighter. Next, we will adjust the overall color using a color correction map. Lastly, we will add the simple wood material to the shelves. That's it. See you in the next video. In this part, We will place the assets into this scene. We will start with some greenery. Bamboo will work great here. Find some models and merge them into your scene. I'll put one plant inside in the right-hand side and place the rest of the models outside. Awesome. Next, we will add some bathroom assets such as towels and cosmetics. After you place the models on the shelf, add some rectangle light there. Lastly, we will place a stool model with candles to create a nice, warm atmosphere. For the flame, we'll use light material with the textures. Firstly, let's add texture to a normal material to preview this on a model. We have to add an opacity texture because the fire is transparent in some parts. That's it. See you in the next video. We will start the post-production process in the frame buffer, and then we will move into Photoshop. Let's add some LUT as usual. I'm going to correct the white balance a bit to make the image a little bit warmer. Nice. Now let's make some final adjustments to the lights and we will be ready to render the final image. When the image is rendered, save it and open in Photoshop. We will start by adding some sharpening using the Unsharp Mask filter. Then, we will brighten up the center part of the image and darken the edges to make the bath pop up more. Select a rectangle inside the image and feather selection to make a mask. Then, use a curve adjustment to make the center brighter. To do the opposite, duplicate the curves layer, Ctrl-J on your keyboard. Next, invert the mask, Ctrl-I, and make the edges darker. I will desaturate the image a little bit. Lastly, we will add steam coming from the bath to add a story to this image, to make the viewers feel that the bath is waiting for them. Change the blending mode to screen and adjust the opacity. Also, mask the edges if you need. Finally, I will desaturate cyan color even more. Great work! That was the last interior we were working on. See you in the next video, where we will be working on the exterior. Change the blending mode to screen and adjust the opacity. Also, mask the edges if you need. Finally, I will desaturate cyan color even more. Great work! That was the last interior we were working on. See you in the next video, where we will be working on the exterior image.